So, guys, thank you so much for coming to Comic Con Portugal.
Thank you.
So, although you guys are what we call in our place young, because you are young, you are working with some of the best actors in the business. You guys are doing a great job. You're one of the shows that everyone is talking about. So, what can we expect from the last season of His Dark Materials?
A lot. I mean, yeah, it's hard to explain. People always ask us what goes on in the show, but it's kind of hard to put into words. There's many more characters this season, many more worlds as well. I think season 2, for those who've seen it, is very much based in kind of one area, for us especially, Chittigati. And this time round, we meet more characters. I meet Yorick, the polar bear, for the first time. I meet angels, and we just end up traveling to different worlds with them to film. That was even better. Different stuff every other week. It was cool.
Are you coming to the rescue?
Yeah, I'm coming to the rescue. I'm on Operation Save Lyra at the beginning of season 3.
I'm on Operation Sleeping.
Yeah, she's on Operation Drugged Up.
So, are we expected to see, like, in the end, a big kind of battle, a big close-up?
Yeah, you could say something like that. I don't know how much we're allowed to tell you, but there's
No, I mean, the whole trailer is like, the big battle. So I think we were allowed to say there's a battle.
Yeah.
I think we can also tease that the last episode is very sad.
Yes.
It is sad.
So get
sad.
your tissues out.
Yeah. It's all very emotional at the end.
Your characters are suffering loss and loss after loss.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Kind of at the lowest of lows, especially at the beginning, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Will's at kind of the worst place he could possibly be. He's just lost Lyra, he's just lost his dad, kind of for the second time, I guess. And
is he gonna be a little bit reckless with that knife?
He'd be reckless, I don't know, he's definitely in control a bit more. I feel like in season 2, he's kind of just learning how to use it. Yeah. And in the time that we've left him and come back, he is, I guess, like upped his game. I guess he knows how to use it.
Mastering the same way.
He's grown, his experience has changed him, you know, when you go through stuff like that, you become a different person, and he becomes stronger, I guess. I think that was just important, just a different type of Will, stronger. He's an adult now, I guess.
Same way that Lara got used to the compass, you know, just in the beginning it was scary, and then she mastered. So, for those that do not know, the main villain of the show, the father, is also the father of a lovely person here. So, how is to work with the father? Because your first experience, your father was very bad to you. Your first experience in a movie, your father was very bad to you.
My dad killed me in my first job. They had to shoot me, like in the back, when he was drunk.
Who will?
Yeah.
Really?
My first job.
Oh, in the refugees?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's been in therapy since then.
Yeah, clearly.
Well, I haven't, he has. He was really traumatized by it. It was quite funny.
And now your father is basically the villain of the show. So I guess the dinners at your house, they are very easy.
Very.
So do you have more scenes with him in this season, or not so much?
No, I think like there's a lot of him chasing me around and trying to find us. But we didn't get to shoot together. We have only like one scene together in the show.
Yeah.
And it's literally like him walking down the corridor and me being like, who is he? Obviously it's my dad.
When was that?
It's like season 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
You weren't here yet.
I wasn't there yet. Wasn't part of it.
So how was to arrive on the show and seeing Dafne there, just controlling the place, and you arrive?
Controlling is a bit of an
Yeah,
overstatement.
she was a proper diva. I'm sitting
Yeah.
joking. No, it was cool.
The stories.
My joining process for me was a bit weird. I was filming my stuff when Dafne was doing her press for season 1.
Yeah.
And I remember they were doing like Comic Con New York and stuff, or San Diego, sorry. And they were like, "Oh, Amir, you can't say anything, Amir, you can't be there." But I was filming, and then I ended up being put in season 1 from episode 5, I think. And while she was doing press, and then we had that month, and then I came and joined, and we started filming season 2. Yeah, it was mad. I knew straight away when I got the role, a week later, the first trailer for season 1 had just dropped. So I knew like what I was getting myself into, and I was kind of nervous because it was a bunch of big people, a bunch of cool names involved, and I was like, wow, I'm not sure if I'm ready to take this on. But it was good. I had a great time.
Yeah, I mean, I was making a list yesterday because I thought it was, okay, 4 or 5. And then I never stopped. Ruth Wilson, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Jonathan Harris, Andrew Scott, Lucian Mazzanati, Bella Ramsey, James McAvoy, Nina Susania, and Sophie Conedo. I mean, what it's like to go to the best school of acting ever.
We had Phoebe Waller-Bridge, which makes me really excited because I love Fleabag.
Yeah.
We didn't get to work with her, but just the fact that she's in the show makes me very, very happy.
I mean,
she's in the show?
She's in the show. She plays Andrew's demon.
Of course she does.
They were like wink, wink,
Yeah.
vibes.
Do you want to come to the stage and record the voice with us and you spend some time?
Yeah,
so funny.
Because between you guys, you did 4, 5 projects before this, so what are you ingesting with all this acting around you? What are you learning that you feel like you never learned before?
I don't know. I mean, Daphne's been doing this longer than I have, and she's doing really well. For me, it was I don't know. I did a lot of work as a kid, but sort of for many years. I think it was important for me to make sure I also take out time to work on myself and have fun with my friends, and not just work. It's not always just about work and
just
working.
Work. Yeah.
It's you know, you need to take out time to have fun with yourself and rekindle with your family and your friends. So this year I haven't worked properly. I did a little short film. I haven't worked properly since His Dark Materials. When we finished about a year ago. This time last year we finished. And working again next year, but this time it's actually been a really nice year just for me to relax and spend time with my friends and my family. It's been really, really good. It's important.
A balanced life.
Yeah.
So on this season, we're going to have James McAvoy a little bit more than we had previous season.
Yeah.
So do you think it is fair to say that you guys are not as on the spot as you were on season 2 because there's so many people involved? Or do you still feel that in the end, the story is about you guys?
Well, no,
do you feel like
I feel like
that?
it's a bit of an ensemble, but
it is.
But I think me and Amir have so much of just us. Like what was really nice about season 3 was we also got to act with other people, but barely, honestly. Like it is just usually us two, because I think it's an ensemble cast, but at the same time, like everyone's filming their stuff separately because everyone's in different worlds.
Yeah, we'd be filming. There'd be 2 units. Like we'd be filming our thing in one studio, and then the next stage across, Ruth and James would be doing something else. So there was a lot going on, and you could tell. But in terms of like Daphne said, in terms of like actual screen time, actual logistics, I mean, I think we shared the screen equally with as much as every other characters. I think it's kind of just spread out because you're following many different storylines and many different people. I don't think there's necessarily a group of people that get followed more than the others, but I think it's Will and Lyra's story, Azrael's story, Mrs. Coulter's story,
And how is to actually work in there? Because do you have a lot to support you in your acting, or do you feel like you're in an empty room, green screen, a lot of imagining on your part, or do you feel like you're...
I think we were lucky enough to have, like, with the demons we had puppeteers, which really helped us to, like, see what the movement would be like. And I think set-wise, we barely had green screen, basically. It was all, like, Joel Collins' amazing work.
Yep.
And as well, we did a lot of location stuff, which is really nice because you get to travel.
You travel a lot during
like,
season 2.
Yeah,
we went to Spain to film the last episode.
Yeah. And you get to like live the actual experience of what it feels like to be there.
We didn't spend time in front of green screens like that, did we? Didn't spend a lot of time in front of green screens.
No, not at all. I don't think we had any time.
Yeah, like people think because it's a visual effects show that we spend a lot of time. We actually don't. It's like the puppeteers are obviously visually put in after, and we have, as Daphne just said, we've had puppeteers on set. But yeah, Joel Collins and everyone who designed the sets kind of just did an amazing job. The Land of the Dead set, it's really huge, like 20-foot walls each side, going all the way down, all the way to the end as far as you can see down there, and it was just like completely black. pitch black sand on the floor, and it was like that was what we lived in for the month.
All right. So what is your aftertaste of the show now that you obviously finished? Do you think that it is, either if it is faithful to the story, the original story or not, do you feel like people are going to be really happy in the end? What is your aftertaste of your characters in the end?
You could just hope that, but I hope so. I mean, I've only seen bits of it. Seen a bit of episode 1, and yeah, I think people will like it. I mean, you never know. We can just do our job and hope that people like it and hope everything falls together. I don't know, Daphne. You can maybe talk more.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you have to go there and do your best job, and then kind of almost forget about it, because there's nothing you can do once you filmed it.
It's out of your hands.
Out of our power, yeah, exactly.
It's out of your hands. You just film it and then hope it all goes to plan. But I think everyone's got a lot to look forward to. Yeah.
Good. Amir, so what are we going to see you next? What can we expect future projects from you?
I'm filming a film next year, a BF5 film, and it'll be the first thing I've done that's not a fantasy, which will be good. It's a real life drama based in London about a father and son and their connection, a troubled connection. I'll be shooting that like March, April next year. And other than that, not too much. I'm just auditioning for stuff, but little things haven't gone my way clearly. No, but I'll be doing that, and I'm actually really excited to do that, because it's I've only ever done fantasy. Fantasy or something magical, and it's like kind of sick of it. I definitely want to try and do something that's real, that discusses real life issues and topics.
Cool. Daphne, I would beat myself up if I didn't ask you this. With the return of Logan for Deadpool, how many people have asked you this by now?
Everyone. It's like,
are we going to see Laura back?
All I'm going to say, I haven't heard. So if...
Ryan hasn't called you yet.
Ryan has not called me, no. Ryan has not called me, and Hugh hasn't called me with that pretense. Okay. No, I haven't heard from their team. So I'm thinking no. If I get a call, I'll be more than happy to join, because I love playing Laura. But
let's see. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much, Daphne and Amir, for being here.
Thank you.
The only thing I'm going to ask you before you leave is to sign our guest list book, which is not actually a book, but it is something. So just give us...
Lovely stuff.
You can pick your instruments.
Pick a color. Where do I go? I'll go here.
Whatever you like.
Okay, golden.
Golden. What do you want, golden or black?
Whatever. Just be golden, I'll copy you.
Thank you so much once again, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.